let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No limits, no change, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. No limits, no chains, no walls to climb. We're rewriting the rules in real time. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. Every shot's a story, every cheer's a spark. Under the lights we make our mark. Beyond the scoreboard, beyond the lines. Out of the box, redefining the grind. The grind. Out of the box where the wild ones play, we see the game in a whole new way.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Monday night, and welcome to the Monday Night Football Preview on Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. My name is Paul Spencer. That is my co-host for College Football Frenzy and Cowboys Weekly. That is the sports reporter, Eddie Prather. What's going on, Eddie?
Not much, Paul. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, Monday night, started on Thursday night. We had great games yesterday. Tonight, we got a good game tonight. I mean, people look at this game, and there's a lot of question marks, Eddie. So we're going to dive right into it. We're not going to keep everybody that long. We got about 25 minutes here to get through this game real quick. Eddie, first thing I want to ask you, okay, we got Minnesota and Chicago. Chicago, we don't know what Caleb Williams is, Eddie. We have no idea. He got weapons this year, Eddie. J.J. McCarthy on the opposite side of the ball, a rookie coming into, a huge injury this year. How do you see? Let's start with the Minnesota Vikings offense versus the Chicago Bears defense, Eddie. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings, Eddie. J.J. McCarthy, let's talk about him real quick. Injury last year, didn't even get to play. High-profile draft pick. How do you see J.J. McCarthy looking this year in his first year playing?
The one thing we can say about the kid is that he knows how to win.
True. Very true. How do you feel coming off the injury, though? I mean, in Michigan, yes, he won a national championship with Harbaugh. Looked great. Didn't have to do really a lot, Eddie. Didn't throw the ball a lot. That was the bugaboo with him. Didn't throw the ball in college. Defense won. Ran the ball. Threw when he had to. But J.J. McCarthy has legs, Eddie. I'm not going to run my quarterback tonight, or would you, coming off an injury?
The only way I would let him run is if he has to run from pressure. That's the only way. And I'm not sure if the Bears defensive front can get the pressure on him.
You don't think Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett is, a trade that they picked up him this year? They got Gervin Dexter as well. And who's the other one? I'm going to butcher his name. Odembio, something like that. Eddie, the defensive line got better for the Bears, though.
Yeah, but Jarrett, to me, last year for Atlanta, Jarrett took a step back. He's getting older.
That is true. That is true. But I mean, when you have 4 down linemen that are playing this, 4-3, Eddie, I think they can get pressure on the Minnesota offense. But, linebackers are not bad. I mean, Tremaine Edwards coming over from the Bills, TJ Edwards. The other one that I really haven't seen is like Hippolyte. I don't know what he is. I haven't really seen him in preseason, and OTAs as well. But I think that front seven, Eddie, has gotten better for the Chicago Bears.
What J.J. McCarthy's best friend tonight might be Aaron Jones, the running back that can run and catch the ball out of the backfield.
You're right about that 100%. Aaron Jones is no slouch. I mean, coming in there, I think he's going to be the bell cow tonight. I mean, you do have Jordan Mason as well. I mean, he's a guy in there, Ty Chandler as well. I think this possibly could be a game that's won in the trenches. I do like Aaron Jones. I think he's going to have a hell of a game. But what do you do, Eddie? I mean, you lost Jordan Addison on suspension. That idiot's out, for a suspension. You have Jalen Naylor stepping in. Now you did go out and get veteran Adam Thielen, who knows the system, hometown favorite. TJ Hawkinson at tight end. How do you feel about the weapons? Because the weapons are there for McCarthy, Eddie. This isn't a team where he's coming in, like a Spencer Rattler down in Saintsville who has nobody. He has the weapons here. I mean, and a great coach. I mean, their coach is no slouch, Eddie. He made Darnold something last year, Eddie.
Who did an excellent job last year for San Francisco when McCaffrey got hurt.
Right, exactly. I mean, he's no slouch. I mean, he's a nice ball carrier, very physical and very speedy too. And he does like to catch out of the backfield. Michael Papernick checking in, saying the Vikings will win tonight. Michael, what is your score you think tonight with that prediction there? But the thing is, I do like the Minnesota Vikings offensive line. They protected Sam Darnold very well last year. I like Christian Darrisaw, Donovan Jackson, Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and Brian O'Neill. I like the offensive line, Eddie. This is going to be a game won in the trenches where, JJ McCarthy, I think they're going to put him in position, Eddie, to the point where the running back is going to be your best friend tonight. Hand the ball off, get a feel for the game, because I don't want to throw him into a game, Eddie, being a rookie. A Monday Night Football, Eddie, all eyes are on you here. I think they try to establish getting him wet into the game, Eddie. I wouldn't bring him in and throw him to the wolves. Would you?
I can see both Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. Yeah, Mason having about 12 plus touches each in this game.
I can agree. I mean, to me, Eddie, I coach up here. My thing is when I have a rookie quarterback or a first-year quarterback, I want to establish the run, get it in there. And this way, then it's going to open up downfield because you don't have slouches. I mean, Justin Jefferson, we know what he is. He's godly. Thielen is that X factor who knows the system, a little bit older, wasn't really used in Carolina the right way, Eddie. He comes back here with a nice coach and an offensive line and get him. And Hawkinson, man, we know what he is too. I mean, he's another guy as well, but I don't know how they're going to use Justin Naylor because he could be the X factor, Eddie. He's not going to be double teamed because you're going to bring a safety down and probably play on Justin Jefferson. So if I'm the Bears, I'm going to stop the run and I'm going to make J.J. McCarthy beat me with his arm. Something that he really didn't do in Eddie.
I mean, if I remember right, didn't Naylor have a real good game against the Packers last year?
Yeah, but one game, Eddie. That's the thing, though, right? I mean,
he's shown something at least. It's not like they're
true.
coming in with.
No, that is true. I mean, he is a player. He can get downfield. He can stretch it. But, what's the best thing when you're playing opposite of Justin Jefferson? You're not going to demand a double team. You're going to have a safety a quarter of the side of the field, and it's not going to be on yours. I mean, if you can get, mid-level past the linebackers, I think you have a great game tonight. But especially with T.J. Hawkinson, because he might be the one, Eddie, in the middle of the field to be wide open. Because you look at the Bears defense, Eddie. I mean, Jalen Johnson is going to be their corner as well. And then you have Tyreek Stevenson. And we know Tyreek Stevenson, he's the idiot that gave up on the play last year against the Redskins, who celebrated and then, the play started and we know about him. I mean, IQ level right there.
Yeah. Typical Miami combat player.
Very true. Very true. I mean, I like Jaquan Brister and I like Kevin Byard at safety as well. I like their safeties, but to me the concern is probably Tyreek Stevenson, and maybe Jalen Johnson. Now I just received here real quick. This is crazy. The inactives real quick just came through, Eddie, that I got here because we were doing a show earlier, the Sully squad, and TJ Edwards, the middle linebacker's out. Jalen Johnson is out. Kyler Gordon, the nickelback, is out, Eddie. 3 starters on defense are out for the Chicago Bears right now, Eddie. Yeah, I'm just looking at them now. Let's see real quick. I just got the inactives pulled up on my screen here. Wow. Eddie, here's a crazy thing in. Middle linebacker, TJ Edwards out. Ahmed Onyebiega, he's on the IR, which I knew about. So right now they're down a middle linebacker, so someone's going to be playing out of position tonight. Kyler Gordon is out. Nick McLeod will be stepping in for him. Jalen Johnson is out, and we all know this name, Nashawn Wright. Where do we know him from? The Dallas Cowboys, right? He's starting at corner
Yeah.
tonight. Wow.
Oh man.
Man, I think I just flipped my whole game right here to go Minnesota real quick off the inactive list right now, Eddie. Yeah. I mean, Nashawn Wright, I think I can get a couple balls with him guarding me, Eddie. So I'm curious to see how this goes. A 4-3 alignment by the Chicago Bears. TJ Edwards out, Among Olabenga's out. So then you really only have two strong linebackers, Ruben Haberlight and DeMarco Jackson. One of those guys that have to be going to the wide side, and either that is a rookie, Noah Sewell, or Carl Jones. So you're going to have a rookie in there, and your depth at linebacker is very weak as we speak now, Eddie. So, man, I mean, I'm just getting the inactives pulling up here real quick. I'm looking at the Minnesota's offense. Wow. I just mentioned his name, Christian Darrisaw. He's out. He's out tonight. He's inactive, Eddie. So you got Justin Skoll coming in to step in for him. Wow.
Yeah, but don't forget Minnesota without Dursaw last year too for most of the year, and they played pretty well. So
you're right. I mean, that's a big disadvantage, number one. But still, you got the defense is really banged up for the Bears. 3 inactive starters coming in there, and you're really going to be starting 2 rookies at linebacker. And Nashawn Wright, he's a JV player, at corner, Eddie. So I'm curious to see. We've seen it during the Cowboys, Eddie, when they played the Eagles. Whoever Adoree Jackson was on, that's where we went, regardless of wide receiver. I think they do this with Nashawn Wright. I think J.J. McCarthy, that's the audible. Wherever Nashawn Wright lines up, that's where you're throwing the ball to, number one. That's your number one read. But how do you see advantage, Eddie? Do you see the Minnesota Vikings having an advantage here over the Chicago Bears defense?
I like Minnesota's offense over the Bears defense big time now, especially without no Jalen Johnson.
100%.
Who's a very good
100%. Joseph checked in. You guys make sure you check him out every Monday night. Sully Squad. I was just making an appearance there talking Philadelphia sports. Please make sure. He says tough game tonight. Joe, 100%. I mean, this game, Joe, these inactives, man. 3 starters on the Bears defense are out. TJ Edwards, Jalen Johnson, and Kyle Gordon. A slot corner, starting corner, and a middle linebacker. That's something right there. I mean, this is a tough game. I did not play this game tonight, Eddie, but advantage Minnesota's offense. Now let's go to the Minnesota defense versus Chicago Bears offense, Eddie. Now I want to start with the Chicago Bears offense, Eddie. Okay, a lot of big moves this year. Okay, Luther Burden in the draft, Colston Loveland coming over in the draft as well. First round there. Eddie, this offense, and Joe Thuney, of course, this offensive line is bolstered. We know what Caleb Williams did last year, Eddie, but here's the thing. What in your mind right now, and I don't want to say eyes because we've seen what Caleb Williams looks like, Eddie, in person, watching him. How do you feel about Caleb Williams in his second year starting, Eddie, with Ben Johnson coming over from the Detroit Lions?
I don't think Jesus could work with Caleb Williams. I guess.
Wow, Eddie.
First, is Joe Thuney? Is he back being a guard, or are they going to play him out of play?
No, they're playing left guard tonight.
Okay. Kansas City last year had him playing some tackles, so that's what I was asking.
I mean, their offensive line is going to be Braxton Jones, Joe Thuney, Drew Damlin, Jonah Jackson, and Darnell Wright tonight.
Okay, those 2 tackles are kind of weak, very weak.
I kind of like Braxton Jones, though. I like Braxton Jones. I mean, I kind of like him with the help, but you got to put together too. Thuney's there. He's a veteran. He's the prize asset in the free agent last year, Eddie. He's going to give Drew Dalman at center a big protection as well, and he's going to give Braxton Jones that help. He's going to be like a veteran shield there wherever wherever he needs to go. He is going to pull that side to help out.
Minnesota, their defense, they probably have the best defensive coordinator in the NFL in Brian Flores.
I mean, that was a huge pickup, wasn't it? I mean, I think there's no excuses for the Chicago offense, Eddie. I mean, you went out and got Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, 2 starters right away. But the thing is, you still have DJ Moore and you have Rome Odunze. And then your backs are DeAndre Swift. Eddie, there's no excuses for the Chicago Bears offense, Eddie. None at all.
Yeah, but with DJ Moore, we know how good he is, but Caleb Williams, could never find them last year.
That is true. I mean, but I was watching a lot of OTAs, and listening to Ben Johnson. I've never seen a coach say what he really said, Eddie. We really want to build up our quarterback. After the first game, he looked great in that preseason game, Eddie. Almost 150 yards on 2 drives, looked great. But then in the second game, he had a bad game, Eddie. He had a really bad game. And Ben Johnson came out and said he needs to accept, what he's doing himself. He's not good enough to start right now. He needs more reps. But he said something like being accurate or something like that. I haven't seen Caleb Williams be accurate. And I'm going back. I want to say maybe his freshman year in Oklahoma was his most accurate year, Eddie, even though he went to USC and lit up the world too.
And it was one game that he was accurate when he came off the bench against Texas in that game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, ever since his game at Notre Dame, Eddie, where he had 5 picks against Notre Dame, that clear stands out because I'm a Notre Dame fan. That to me was like, wow, I don't think he's going to pan out in the NFL because there is a thing called IQ, Eddie, in the NFL. I don't know what the Wonderlic test is, of course. I probably flunk it myself, but I don't think he has the IQ to do it, Eddie, honestly. There's no excuses. You have every weapon this year on your side of the ball. Defense is a little bit banged up tonight. I get that. But I'll tell you what, you better not have a couple 3-and-outs because your defense is already light, Eddie. 3 starters out. You cannot go 3-and-out. You have to manage this game. But I don't know. I don't know what Caleb Williams I'm getting, Eddie. I really don't tonight.
I'm not a big fan of DeAndre Swift. To me, DeAndre has been pretty inconsistent in his NFL career.
He has. I mean, I like the kid, Eddie, because I have a personal reason for liking him. My kids went to St. Joe's Prep, and I've met, DeAndre Swift quite a few times. He's actually come to my house before. Great kid, but you're right. On the football field, he does get banged up a lot, but Eddie, he's a solid ball carrier for this team. I mean, you look at him, you have Rashawn Johnson, who's a big boy, actually in the actives. He's out tonight, Eddie. I just got that. Kyle Monahay is the backup. So DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monahay are your backs tonight. Yep.
I expect nothing from the running game then.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be 2 bell cows tonight. It's going to be Aaron Jones, but advantage to the Vikings because they do have, another running back as well on that squad too. But what are the keys to Chicago winning this game, Eddie? How can they win the game?
J.J. McCarthy.
You timed out. Oh. You timed out in the beginning already. No, go ahead. I couldn't hear you in the beginning.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, J.J. McCarthy having to have like a 3 or 4 interception game where but Kevin O'Connell has to go brain dead on his play calling. That's the only chance the Bears has.
Wow, so you're saying this is a definite 100% lock in the box here. We're out of the box, but you're thinking this is a lock in the box for the Vikings, huh?
Especially after seeing the players that are out for the Bears.
Okay, well, we're talking about, Caleb Williams here. Okay, he has no shot in the dark with this team, but we don't know what J.J. McCarthy is either, Eddie. I mean, we've seen glimpses of Caleb Williams in 1 year, not the best, QB rating in a 17-game span, but have we really seen anything from a J.J. McCarthy here? I mean, he could be, something special, or he could just be Caleb Williams 2.0. Another draft pick is a bust.
Yeah, but we know what we're getting with the Vikings defense. The Bears defense has a lot of new people on it, so we don't know.
And inactives tonight too. 3 inactives too here.
And the Bears offensive line is pretty new. A bunch of new people on the offensive line too. So
that is true. But Eddie, I mean, advantage-wise, offensive weapons. You give me this offensive weapons that the Bears have with the veteran quarterback. You give me someone like that. I'll be honest with you. Caleb Williams has a great running ability. They don't want him to run this year. They want to minimize the running aspect. But I'll tell you what. You have Tyson Bagnet, who signed a 2-year deal. Low contract, $7 million. I think he reads. If Caleb Williams has a bad first half, you might see Ben Johnson pull him and bring Tyson Bagnet in because he's a guy that can get the ball downfield and he makes better reads, Eddie. So weapon-wise, even though the Vikings have Justin Jefferson, they have Tyler Hawkinson. I kind of like the Bears' weapons, Eddie, because They could, if they find it, Eddie, they mold together, they gel. This team could put up 30 to 40 points, Eddie.
That's the kid I would. One of the top 2 or 3 players in preseason exhibition games I saw that I was impressed with was Baggin, Tyson
Yeah.
Baggin.
Hmm. Yeah.
To me, if I was running the Bears, he would be my starting quarterback starting the season.
I don't
It's
think I don't think you can bench him though, Eddie. Caleb Williams, I mean, your number one pick over Jaden Daniels. We all know that over Jaden Daniels, which is a clearly mistake. We know that 100%, but we won't get into that one. But I don't think you can bench him too early, Eddie, because this is your sophomore year, Eddie. This is your sophomore year. You know,
they say the sophomore slumps is a if you thought he had a bad rookie year last year, just imagine the sophomore slump.
I don't think it can
Oh,
get any worse. A sophomore slump, I get that, Eddie, but I don't think it can get any worse than being what he did last year. If he has a sophomore slump, then you know what? Go to right after the game, get on an airplane, take him to the airport, and just send him back to wherever he's from. Okay, very
go
simple.
go join Jamarcus Russell wherever Jamarcus is right now.
Oh yeah, well at least I think Caleb Williams is better than Jamarcus Russell. I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
But
I just don't. Oh, I don't
but
think Caleb has had the same issue that he had in college. He holds on to the ball too long. He doesn't know how to throw the ball out of bounds.
that
He
is
just
true. To me, Eddie, I think Caleb Williams, watching his game film, you're exactly right. He holds on to the ball too long. And I think, it goes back to even college, Eddie. He held the ball too long. He waits for plays to develop, even in college. But NFL, Eddie, you're losing 2 seconds from college game to NFL. You're not going to let plays develop. You got to read your progression. One would probably be a Roma Duzier out there. Number two would be your tight end. Your three is going to be your running back. But those are clicks, Eddie. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three. I got to get the ball out. Caleb, tries to wait for 4 and 5. It doesn't happen. That's the problem. The IQ timing, Eddie, is not what it's going to be. But Ben Johnson said he is excelling with his play calling, Eddie. He's excelling with his route tree. He's excelling with the IQ level of finding players downfield. So time will tell tonight. I don't know, but we got about 10 minutes about 15 minutes before the game starts, Eddie. What give me some predictions of this game, Eddie? I know you already said the Bears don't have a chance in hell to win this game, but
I, I, I will correct myself. They do have one chance to win the
okay.
game if it comes down to the kicking game. We know about the history of Minnesota kickers choking in the clutch.
Oh God, Eddie, you don't believe in Will Reichert, their place kicker? You don't believe in him?
We've seen one of the all-time great kickers, Mr. Anderson, choke in Minnesota. So
That is true. That is true. But let me ask you this, Eddie. God forbid. Let me ask you really quick. Okay. Now, this is, Joe mentioned this on his show tonight. I do want to ask you this real quick. Tyson Baggett is the backup for the Chicago Bears, of course. Now, let's just say J.J. McCarthy, God forbid, I don't ever want to see an injury. Something happens to the young kid tonight. Whatever. He runs, gets hit, takes a lick on the leg here. How do you feel about Carson Wentz coming in for the Minnesota Vikings?
I could name a lot worse backup quarterbacks than Carson.
Well,
We
let's
we know
let's just say, okay, let's say J.J. McCarthy comes out of the game and you still have Caleb Williams on the other side. It's a pretty close game, regardless of the score. Let's say if it's a close game, Carson Wentz comes in. How do you feel about Carson Wentz coming into the game? He's been okay. He had one great year with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's been a journeyman ever since that. He never played 2 years as a backup after the Philadelphia Eagles. He's been a journeyman. There's a reason why he's a journeyman. How do you feel about Carson Wentz playing backup?
I think better option than what they had at backup last year was what's his name? Nick. Shoot,
Oh, I know you're talking about. I can't remember his damn name.
Mullins.
Yes,
Mullins.
Nick Mullins. Yes.
Mullins.
Yep. Okay. I mean, advantage to the Chicago Bears if that happens where they have the QB2 tonight. I kind of like that because here's the crazy thing. God forbid, Eddie, I don't ever want to see injuries on any team. Now, the 54th man roster is the emergency QB number 3. That would be for the Minnesota Vikings, Max Brosmeyer, and it would be Case Keenum for the Chicago Bears. But here's the crazy thing. There is no 54-man boat tonight. They only have 3 on the roster, and their third quarterback is out for both teams. So man, we could see this like another San Francisco 49er game where if that happens, a running back comes into play.
Which I give the advantage, a bigger advantage to the Vikings with the running backs.
I mean, Aaron Jones has played, in a Wildcat before. We did see him line up in Green Bay a couple of times, as that guy. So I kind of like that advantage there. But, we know we're not going to see that. Eddie, who is the player of the game tonight before we get into prediction of the score? Who's your player of the game tonight?
I think it's going to be somebody on the Vikings defense.
You broke up there. What was that?
I think it's going to be what's his name? The linebacker, the one that had a real good year for the Vikings last year. That shoot the white guy with the long hair.
Oh, Van Kinkel or something.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he's going to come up with a big play tonight.
Okay, I mean, I like their linebackers, Cashman, Ivan Pace, and I like Van Kinkel as well. I mean, to me, he's an old school linebacker that puts his helmet in there. I'm going to go offense here, Eddie. I love offense. I think offense wins the game here. The Bears defense is just so banged up. 3 starters, as we said, inactive. Tonight, Eddie, I think the player of the game for the Minnesota Vikings, I'll start there first. Man, I think it's going to be a surprise today. I think it's going to be Jalen Nailor. He's not going to see a double team. I think Hawkinson gets more of a double team than Nailor. I think Nailor on the outside is going to be the X factor because if the Bears shut down Aaron Jones in the middle, they're going to take away Justin Jefferson, at least try to. No one's ever done it, but I think they try to. I think Nailor is probably going to be the X factor. I think he's probably going to get, 5 to 6 catches, maybe 7 to 8 looks tonight, Eddie, with a touchdown, I think, tonight as well.
Yeah, but the problem is that with Jalen Johnson out of the game, the one guy that thought could maybe contain Jefferson, the Bears have 2 junior varsity cornerbacks. Stevenson's not that much better than Wright.
Yeah, I mean, Wright's probably a freshman squad playing, trying to play on a varsity squad. That's, to me, Nashawn Wright. We know him from Dallas Cowboys. But you're right. I mean, with even Kyler Gordon out there, nickelback, Eddie. So they're really down. Really, if you think about 3 corners tonight, with 2, not I want to say amateurs, you're in the NFL for a reason. That's everybody's dream to play there. But based on NFL level, you have some a lot of misses tonight on the defensive side for the Bears. So wherever, Eddie, you think about Tyreek Stevenson's your best corner right now for the Chicago Bears, and he's going to be on Justin Jefferson. That's going to be pretty bad, Eddie. But I don't. Then again, we look at it. Can McCarthy get the ball downfield to Justin Jefferson? We don't know what he is. Hey, he could have a bow next year, Eddie. We don't know. He could be good, but then again, he could be something bad, Eddie. So we don't know. Who's the MVP tonight for the Bears, Eddie? Who do you see with that?
Oh.
I think it's got to me. I'll go first. I think it's Luther Burden, a big draft pick. Finally, I think it's Luther Burden because Roma Duzier and Luther Burden are 2 good wide receivers out there that can stretch. Eddie, turn your phone. There you go. I think it's Luther Burden. I think it's Luther Burden.
I got kicked.
What's that? Go ahead.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, it's 8:00 now, Eddie. How about we give some final prediction? Go ahead. What's that?
Can an offensive lineman win MVP for the Bears? I was going to say
anybody can. Joe Tooney. Listen, he's got to pass protect. I mean, he's going to be a presence on that left side helping out. So your phone just flipped again, Eddie. But I think he's going to be a lot of help on that offensive line next to Dahlman and Braxton Jones as well. It could be possibly because if the Vikings get a lot of pressure, Joe Tooney's going to he's going to demand help on the outside. Don't be surprised if there's a lot of contact tonight that the Bears go, in a 12 personnel or 13 personnel. If you do that, then your tight ends come into play. But then again, you're taking away, a tight end play for Colston. But you got Cole Kmet and Durham Smith. They're 3 great tight ends, Eddie, if you think about it.
Yeah, but I think the Bears kind of messed up on the type they draft. To me, they drafted the wrong tight end.
Yeah, but you never know, Eddie. I mean, listen, there's a reason why Colston and Loveland went there. We don't know what it is yet. I mean, maybe he's a better, fit for the Ben Johnson system. Ben Johnson, we know, can put up points with the team last year with Detroit. So I feel that they might have got the right guy that plays their system. Tyler Warren, we know he's a Swiss Army knife. He can do everything from Penn State. But, Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland, their pick, could shock the world, Eddie, because you have 3 good tight ends. Durham Smythe Cole Kmet, and Loveland. So maybe there's a reason. Maybe he fits Ben Johnson's system very well, but if it was me, I would have took Tyler Warren. Before we give some predictions here, Cole County Entertainment, you can check them out, guys. That's one of our partner networks. JJ is going to go off with all his weapons in that system. But the thing is, we haven't seen him play. We don't know what system we're going to get from JJ McCarthy. Are we going to get the Michigan quarterback who likes to manage a game, run the ball when he has to, very high IQ level? But with weapons, you got to showcase that arm. So we will see what he does. And Cole County gives the first predictions of the night. He has got Cole County says Vikings 34 and Bears 27. I think the Vikings do put up 34 because basically three defensive players, your three starters on one linebacker, two corners are out. I think the Vikings do put up that many points, but we will see. But make sure you guys check out Cole County Entertainment. Every day they have a great show out there. Make sure you follow them on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere they're found as well. Eddie, what's your prediction for the game before we get out of here?
I say Minnesota 27, the Bears 13. I just don't think the Vikings defense is so tough.
Okay. 27-13 Vikings, huh? Gotcha. Okay, I'm going to go, after I actually had Chicago possibly winning this game, Eddie. But after looking at these inactives, it really changed my mind where you got, two corners, a nickel and a corner and a linebacker, best linebacker basically out. God, man, I got to go. I got to go Minnesota here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout because I think they're going to protect J.J. McCarthy a little bit. Aaron Jones is going to get a good game tonight. I'm going to go Vikings 27, Bears 19. 27-19, Eddie. So, Eddie, game starts in about 10 minutes here. Tonight, we will be on tonight, probably about 11:30. We'll give you a recap of the game tonight. So make sure you guys tune into that. We will be back around 11:30, about 30 minutes after the game ends. We will be on here, of course, giving you everything. Here it is right here, 11:30 Monday night. Myself and Eddie, if he's available, he will be hopping on as well. We'll be talking about that. So, guys, make sure you tune in to everything on Out of the Box as well. Guys, this stream has been brought to you by 1-800-HURT-123, attorney Jason Fine, a.k.a. Big Al, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims, 3 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. First, New Jersey, Cherry Hill, and also Philadelphia, PA, and Pittsburgh, PA. Make sure you mention Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. No recovery, no fee. And as long as you use those magical words, you're not getting 50%. You're not getting 45. It's 33.33% for all your cases if we accept your case. So please make sure you reach out to 1-800-123 and mention Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. Guys, here's our schedule for the week. We have something for everybody, of course. It is an action-packed schedule. We have shows 7 days a week now, so make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow on Twitter. Follow everywhere we're out there, guys. We're everywhere. So make sure you choose that. Subscribe. 37 live viewers right now. Everybody's from Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. If you want to comment, double-click the screen and comment away. We want to hear your thoughts and predictions. So, Eddie, you ready to get out of here and watch some Monday Night Football?
Yep. Ready for some good football. Go. Hopefully we get some good game tonight, Eddie. All right. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Eddie Prather. We'll see you around 11:30 tonight, and we will recap and see who was right, who was wrong, and which Caleb Williams shows up. So until then, enjoy the game, and we'll see you in about 3.5 hours. Later.
Getting strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought, a touchdown mind. Out of the box every time. No